I don't want to be
Dude.
soft. I want to be a killer. I'm a
Okay,
killer.
okay.
Cold-blooded killer, man. Just like this.
Yeah. Oh, bruh.
It's like,
Oh, fuck. Bring us in, dude. Get it. You want me to count you down? 3,
yeah, dude.
2.
What's up, guys? We're back. Just Cuz Podcast. This is Cousin Vince, Cousin Ricky. Good to be back. It's been a couple of weeks now.
Yes, it has.
Vicente.
Dude.
Vincente.
Get on the way.
What's up, bro? Okay.
What's up, dude? Chilling, drinking.
Let's get right to it. Let's
Okay.
talk about the fight. Let's talk about
That's
the fight.
cool. Since that's the only thing I could think about for the last week and a half.
Yeah,
Might as
you
well.
got plenty of time to soak it up. What were the feelings going into the fight, and compared to like after like how you felt in there, and compared to after watching it now, like what do you feel about it?
Let's see, dude. So going into it, dude, I was feeling pretty pumped. Fight day, like just doing, because the fights were early, right? So I think I was on at around noon, which is I thought it'd be kind of little edge, because we're normally sparring at like 11:30 anyways. So like I thought that was gonna be kind of nice. But swarming up backstage, mentally I felt good and ready. I was sitting there, I'm like, fuck, I'm tired. Like I was like, let's just not hit some mitts. Like I'll be all right. Just get me in there. And then I went in there feeling great. I was feeling good. And then camp overall I think went great. I don't think there's anything I would change about the way camp went at all. And then see, walking out to the fight, I was pumped up. Fucking song got me all kinds of worked up. It's just I was ready to get in there and scrap. And then they didn't show this in the broadcast, but like I guess when they cut away for the commercial, I guess this is when it happens anyways. Miles Johns walked out to the center and kind of put his arms out, just looking at me. And I was like, "You motherfucker!" I was like, "How dare you?" And so I walked out there and met him. I said, "Well, let's fucking go then. So let's get after it."
Yeah, they were talking about that, but we didn't get to see it. So they were like, "You guys had to be separated before the fight." And I was like, "Oh!" And it did seem like there was a lot of like kind of like some kind of animosity between you two while you're in there. And I was like wondering, because you hadn't told me anything, if there was something that happened prior to the fight, something said in an interview, or you guys had run into each other and you exchanged words, or it was just the intensity of the fight, you know how it gets, or what?
Yeah. For me, I on my side, it felt like it was kind of just the intensity. But for him, I think he was trying to get me to like step forward on him, because that's kind of how he fights. He tries to pull people into some things. So like that was kind of our plan, was to do that to him. So as soon as he did that, I was like, okay, cool. Like, we'll see if you actually do that. And I went out there and like met him in the center. I was like, let's go then. I was like, bring it. And kind of called the bluff in my mind, because I couldn't really get him to step forward and throw like a hard combination, except for maybe one or two times around. And I just kind of sat on the outside picking. So the whole first round kind of, man, going back and watching it, I hate the first round. The first round was terrible. Except for the very end. But
well, it's hard when you have like, I knew it was going on, like, because I watched plenty of film on him, and he just kind of like back and waits for you to commit, and then he just shoots that big right hand. So it's like, all right, I know you're trying to bait me into that, so I got to move around and get the time and distance. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm not mad at it. You were moving around, good angles, good jabs. I was like, still feeling out and everything.
And then I think I kept trying to like feint and try to bring something out of him, because our plan was, because he bombs the overhand, he's gonna bomb it, he's gonna get out of position, I'll hit him. And I could just there were a few times that I could pull the right hand properly, like the way I wanted. And then and I kept talking to him in there too, because like his corner would like, oh, this made me so mad too. He would throw a jab that like completely missed. I'd parry out of the way or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, nice!" I'm like, what are you? I was like, that wasn't nice. I'm like, you missed. And I was making sure he knew that. And then he threw I remember at one point he threw a big right hand and whiffed it. And I started smiling. I was like, I see you. And then he's like, wait till it lands. I was like, wait till you feel mine. I was like, come on then. So I was still like it's crazy, because watching it, you don't kind of see all the little tension moments, but like in there, man, that fight felt super intense. That was probably the most tension I've ever felt in a fight. And maybe it's just because we were both looking for kind of kill shots. I think at the end of the round, I cracked him. I I'm pretty sure his nose is broken because that thing would not stop
End
leaking.
of the first with
And
that hook. Bam! That was like
yeah,
the
yeah,
biggest
big
shot of
left
the
hook.
round.
Yeah, and I think we as soon as the round started, I look over at him and he's still trying to stare me down, and all I see is blood kind of pouring down his chest. I'm like, this guy, okay, cool. And I shouldn't have done this, but I looked at it like, okay, cool, I won that round. So that's one in the
Yeah.
book. In hindsight, it's 2020. Like I probably shouldn't have looked at it like that.
So going
Second,
in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, I was just saying,
Go.
second round starts and we're kind of picking up where we left off. There's a little more volume in the second. I was trying to throw a little more stuff just to get him to throw back, and it became this tit for tat thing. And then yeah, stuffing takedowns in the second felt good. And every time I was stuffing them too, it in my head, I was neutralizing. The whole plan was kind of neutralize everything because I just felt like I was better in most places. I just got to neutralize the things that he's good at, and then I win the fight. So that in my mind, that's kind of how
And
we
you
were
defended,
operating.
what was it, 10 out of 11 takedowns?
11 out of 12. Yeah.
11 out of
And
12. And the
yeah,
one was
yeah.
a 1 second control time takedown like that.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
they didn't. I mean, you can't really count that for anything.
I don't because like if they're not going to count Jans when he fought O'Malley, he actually held him down for a little bit. Granted, he didn't do much. Dude took me down with the second left in the round, and like so I traded in my mind because I was like stuffing it. I was like, I'm gonna elbow him in the head real quick. He's probably gonna
I
get me
like
down,
that.
but my damage is gonna win this. So my elbow was swollen for a few days afterwards from those elbows on the side of the head too. But again in my mind, we got that. He hit the ground. I was like, and I stood up and I started waving my finger. I was like, didn't count, and I'm still talking because I'm like no, I don't know, for whatever reason I was real talkative, and then in my head I was like, cool, I'm up 2-0, but I guess they were kind of close because there was like few things to go on, other than I guess defense, right? I feel like my defense was better than his offense. Even my offense is better than his defense. So in my mind, I was ahead too. And then third round comes up, and Coach Wood just tells me, he's like, all right, we need some volume this round. We need you to go. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, my bad. We'll go. And I started throwing some kicks to the body, some teeps to the body, trying to get him to bring his hands down a little bit. Started trying to huck a right hand here and there.
You threw so.
Third round.
Sorry to interrupt you. You threw so
Yeah,
many
you're good.
teams to the body.
Yeah.
And that's not a weapon I've seen too much out of you, but it looked really good. They didn't mention it. The commentators didn't mention it
Not
until the
once.
third round. They said, "Oh, Vince threw a team to the." I'm like, "All right, he's been landing that."
Yeah, I knocked the wind out of him a few times. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get you, and then I see him load. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll wait. Like, but yeah, that was one thing frustrated going back and watching it was I felt like I was doing a lot of things as far as angles, timing, some of the counter stuff I was trying to throw, some of the setups I was trying to use. Like they didn't mention anything. I think they were just like, I know I guess we're not at the point where every little thing matters to the commentators, right? They just kind of want to see the fights, and for us, the fights were in the setups and in the tense moments. So that was kind of frustrating that they didn't do that. I wasn't getting anything for those. They weren't calling out like any of. I was landed a lot of left hooks when he come rushing in. I was getting very little like like commentary respect. I was like,
I know,
bro.
and I know you were family, so I mean, I'm biased, but even like I was like, I'm paying attention to you checking kicks because that's what everyone, everyone's like talking shit about that.
I think one got through.
So yeah, so one gets through like towards the end of the fight, and they're like, "Oh,
they call that
landing that when he throws it." And I'm like, "All right, I thought Vince was checking."
What about all the checks, bro? Even one of them, I laughed because I was going back and watch the fight, and he went to throw an inside one, and I turned my hip over like I was throwing a hook so hard just to check it because I was trying to make sure because I was seeing him. I was like, I checked it, but I was like, oh, I amped up. Yeah, fuck it, I got it. Yeah. So anyways, start land some more kicks to the body, more teeps to the body. Land a few good counter punches coming in. His face is dripping blood. I'm like, okay, cool. We like the third round. The third round in my mind, I thought sealed it. And then he shot in for some takedowns that I stuffed them all. I felt actually I should have reshot looking back on him. I should have re-entered, but I think I was too much in that neutralized mindset to immediately go in on the attacks. Especially because I felt like I was going to have such an edge in most places that the only way I'm going to get beat is if I make a mistake. So I wasn't trying to rush in to make a mistake, which again, hindsight's 2020. Go to the scorecards.
Going to the scorecards, did you think? Yeah. What were you thinking going into the scorecards?
Thought I had it. I was like, that's at least two and 3 for me. If not 1, because I was still thinking I broke his nose because that shit was still leaking everywhere. Um, and then as soon as I heard the first scorecard saying 30-27, I looked over at Coach Wood, who he was recording, and he started shaking his head. Yeah, I was like, cool. I was like, we got it. And then read the rest of the scorecards. I was like, okay, it doesn't make sense. That's kind of what I was thinking in my head in the moment. And then they said Miles Johns. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? Oh my god! And I was thinking about so after I calmed down for a second, because I walked out of the octagon and I was like literally looking around for the judges. I was like, "What are you? Who's the judge?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "They know I'm not Miles, right? Like, they don't have us confused. Like, I don't know what you guys are watching, because it seems, and we talked about it on the podcast, like the consistency isn't really there for what the judges, and it's crazy that now like we get the firsthand experience from it. I'm starting to shake. I'm all mad. I still get so frustrated. And then, so we start walking backstage, and I'm like kind of cussing, hitting the walls and shit, and just I'm like I haven't been that mad in a long time. That was very interesting, and I was like, Coach, am I crazy? And I was talking to my other coach, Billy, the wrestling coach, because he was there with us, and I'm like, am I crazy? Did like it didn't land anything? Like I didn't like it landed maybe 3 good shots, if that. Like I didn't. I feel like I didn't get really touched. And then he's like, I don't know. They're just like, fuck, I don't know. Like they none of us kind of knew what to say. We're just sitting there, I kept bitching for the next half an hour, just super mad. Literally drove home from the Apex myself, still cussing, throwing shit around when I got home. It's just I can't stand it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, it has to be so frustrating, especially when it like that's why you hate when like they say don't leave it up to the judges, but it's like,
yeah,
well,
right.
what the fuck do they, what that's their job. Like there's
Yeah.
if it goes to
Don't let
judges,
them do their
get
job.
it right. But yeah, I was like trying to like break it down. I'm like, okay, they say number one thing they base it off is the damage.
Right.
Okay, Miles John's face was fucked up and dripping blood.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I would give you the damage, and then we go to like
Right.
the CompuStrike, who landed more strikes. You landed
Right.
more strikes, and then we go to control time. Okay, he had one takedown for 1 second, so he had 1 second of control time. So
Yeah.
when does that start canceling out? And then we look at octagon control, and then that's when we get into it. It's like, okay, it was kind of back and forth, but I mean, I would like to see who. I mean, I think so. There's someone online that actually breaks it down, but you can see who had more control. But I mean, going into the scorecards, I was like, okay. I mean, it was a close fight, but I thought you had it.
Yeah.
I was watching it right before sparring outside the gym with Jade, and she thought you won too. But I will call out my cousin John, because he told me that he thought you lost, and then I was arguing with him, and I was like, you know what? No, let's not argue. I don't want to say anything. Let's put the fight on.
Right.
So we're in my living room. I didn't say anything. I put the fight on, and we both watched it, and we were both, kind of just breaking it down, watching it. And
Right.
he said he was wrong after rewatching. He said he thought you won the second and third. He thought you won the fight. So he said the first round was close. He said that hook at the end almost like wanted to even give it to you the first round. But he said for sure the second and third.
Yeah.
So he's like,
That's
close,
how I
and
felt.
the second. So I told him I was gonna throw him under the bus for saying that, because I was like, I'm gonna tell him you said that to him. So
I can't wait to see John again, dude. I don't care if you're bigger than me, dog. You were supposed to fight that night too. Don't pick on me because you didn't.
So man, it's a fucking fight.
So
game,
frustrating.
Bro.
Yeah.
When they say the high are high, the lows are low, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And I get that the fight, like going back and watching it too, like I was like, oh damn, that first round did suck. Like I hate it. It irks me to watch the first round, because I always think of myself as kind of like a volume guy, and like literally there was nothing there. But I was still working, trying to pull things out, and it wasn't working. It almost reminded me of like Adesanya Romero, that first round. Like just such a bad round. Until we sat down, and then crack him with the hook, break his nose, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I got that one for sure. But I shouldn't have looked at it like that.
No. Well, what do you think? Like, because I hate this. I've always hated this, but like you learn so much from a loss, and I've always hated that because it's so true. And and I hate it because I'm like, I feel like I learned so much from a win too, but it's like, no, the losses. I take so much away from the losses too. Going into your next fight, like, what do you think you could take from this one besides maybe hunting down these judges. No,
Right, right,
besides,
yeah.
having a better
Fuck,
set of
bro.
judges, but if we're being like, if you're trying to like, because I feel like all of us, we're our own biggest critics, and I
Yeah,
know you are too. So like, what could you take into your next
100%.
fight?
I got so two things in this fight. I was going against a really good wrestler, like a D1 wrestler, and a power puncher who's been knocking people dead with like one shot. Right. I landed better power punches and out wrestled defensively the better offensive wrestler. I mean, I got the shit there. I got to have a little more confidence with it. So, and actually put it on some people instead of like
Mhm.
uh, settling for this little bit of I'm better than you. I bet you I can barely tit for tat better than you. Like, how about
Mhm.
we start going in there and putting it on people? So
Yeah.
that's my fix. I was already in the gym training it. I was literally hitting mitts, working on these pressure angles, how to take advantage of counter shots to pressure back and all kinds of shit. So like just really applying that concept and letting it settle in my head, I think is going to go. I think that's going to it. I mean, for me, the next fight's like it's going to kickstart the shit. I mean, we're fucking off to the races now. Like I don't.
Mhm.
Is what it is.
Yeah, and I think honestly, I think if you look back at some of your best performances, like you have that
Mhm.
dog, and like
Mhm.
when you let him off the leash, that's when you start getting those
Bro, that
finishes.
motherfucker, he's dirty dog.
Yeah,
I was telling Coach Wood that today because we were talking about something for the fights and like he's like, yeah, like there are some times we're gonna have to get in there and get doggy. I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm the best there. I love that.
yeah.
Like I don't know for whatever reason I hang out with this tit for tat mentality
Mhm.
sometimes and it's giving people too much respect and not enough like willingness to go there every time. And if I got to do it, I got to do it. So man, I think I can do that better than a lot of people. So
Yeah,
I'm bringing that out.
yeah, we gotta fucking show it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I feel
100%.
sorry for the next guy because I know you're gonna. So, do you like realistically, when would you like to get back in there?
Realistically,
Yeah,
I'm hoping
realistically.
like early next quarter, early January. Like I mean, my weight's still low, and like I'm already. I was telling John, Coach Wood, and Jason this. I'm like bro, like I barely feel like I was in a fight. I got no injuries. I got like I was literally back in the gym on Monday. I didn't really do anything, but I was there. And then
You shouldn't though.
and yeah, I know that's why like I was told to take the rest of the week off and just kind of
Yeah.
reset after the camp. So
Mhm.
I did do that. But I'm back to training now, and I did 5 hard rounds yesterday and ended with like high volume, high wrestling pace. Like I'm down for a scrap. Just if it's based on pure mentality and will, then I'll do that too.
Yeah, well, I hope you get a fight soon, but not sooner than me because it's my turn. There's other 35ers on the roster that need to get fights. So, come on, chill out. Drink some whiskey. I mean, you should be drinking tequila, but you're probably drinking whiskey.
I'm
Uh,
drinking whiskey.
but, yeah. And come on, let a cousin get in there
Yeah,
before.
dude. Okay. I don't think anybody wants to sign up to fight you. That's the thing. Everybody wants to fight me. They're like, I'll fight him. I'm like, cool until you get in there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, fuck it. Aljo was just in the. We went live on Instagram, trying to get some fan
Mhm.
questions before this, and I should have asked him a question. I should have been like, "Hey, what's up with your boy Marab?" I said yes weeks ago. So I mean,
Yeah.
someone else, I guess. But
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah. Well, fuck, man. Well, I know. I had to go. I sparring right after that, and I was fucking. I might have put it on a couple of people after that because I was in
Mhm.
a mood. I was in a
I get it,
I
dude.
was in a
Get
mood,
it.
bro. So,
I'm still in a mood. It's
mhm. Well,
hasn't boiled over yet.
Well, I'm excited. Drink HRW is gonna fly me out for is it no, it's Mr. Olympia going on in Vegas like in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I'll be
Oh
over
yeah.
there in Vegas for a few days, and we'll get some training
Let's
and
go. I can't wait.
get some drinking in maybe.
Yes, dude. Like the fight isn't the only big news that we've had. Like look at you over here, Papa Rick, dude.
Oh
You're the
yeah,
dad life now,
yeah.
dude.
Thank
How's your
you.
sleep, man? You been getting sleep or no?
I mean,
You look tired.
no, yeah, no. I mean, obviously it's like yeah. We had my wife had the baby Saturday, the 26th. So she was in labor for over 30 hours.
What a monster.
Dude, it was an experience, man. But awesome. So cool to see um, you know, the person that you love, and you guys become parents, and it's
Yeah,
been a
yeah,
crazy
yeah, yeah.
experience so far. So
Awesome.
we're loving it, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and
I
but
bet.
she's the one. I mean, she's the one who has to breastfeed and do all that. So luckily, like we kind of like I help out as much as she wants and as much as I can, but you know, it doesn't help us if we're both tired. So we try to take some shifts and stuff like that. But crazy experience, man. Crazy experience.
I
I
bet.
really hope she doesn't get my shoulders, because we have a girl. I don't need a little bulldog girl, hopefully.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah,
Well,
man.
big congrats to you guys, dude.
Thanks,
That's
bro.
a giant, and a baby couldn't be in better hands, better
Yeah.
looking hands, but better hands.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna have her grow a mullet, maybe. just just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, dude, I'm so upset. Oh,
But dude,
whatever, dude.
you did bring up my cousin John was supposed to have a fight the same night as you. So
Yeah, yeah,
I had
yeah.
both my cousins fighting the same night, and
Hmm.
dude, we cut the weight. John's weight was at a catch weight 160 instead of 155,
Right.
and we get there, weigh in. The other guy comes out. I'm like, oh, boy looks big, and I knew he fought one of our teammates at 145 before. So I was like, oh, it's interesting that he wants a catch weight at 160, but okay, looking like a football player jumping on the scale, weighing in at 178 pounds,
Oh no,
18 pounds overweight.
bruh, bruh.
So,
Wow.
um, so the commission comes or the promoter comes over and was like, so you gonna take the fight? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? 18 pounds over? No, I mean, and then it's like, oh, the commission says no, he can't take the fight anyways because
Right.
it's more than two weight classes. And then the promoter comes back over. He's like, okay, well, he's not gonna gain any weight right now, so you go and rehydrate. We come back in 2 hours and you'll be closer in weight. And I'm like, fuck off, bro.
Who
No,
do these people think they are, dude?
dude didn't
What?
make weight. Is this your first rodeo? And it might have
Oh
been his
my
first.
god.
I
Yeah.
mean, dude, it was
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool that they're putting on a show locally and giving our guys opportunities and stuff. But it was kind of a wreck. It was another one of my opponents, teammates' opponents, missed weight by 10 pounds. One of the amateurs, but he still fought and finished the guy first round, which was super cool. But yeah, it's just ridiculous when you get to the regional scene. And this isn't the first time this happened to John. After he's made weight 2 times this year, he's made weight. After he made weight, opponent pulls out. So it's like that's just not. It's just so much. It's an entire training camp. It's an entire training
Bro.
camp worth of damage. It's damage from the weight cut. It's a
Right.
lot that you just gave for free.
Yeah,
You
you
know what
get
I'm saying?
nothing
And then
for
you
it.
then you sold tickets. People were coming into town, taking out time off work. It's like
Oh, bro.
it's just a disaster. So
Yeah.
I hope he gets something soon. I mean, the dude's an animal,
Yeah.
and yeah, it'd be cool to see him get a chance to make it to the big show. But he has to get guys to show up on the regional scene so he can get that record up.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Damn. What's his record now? Like he's gonna be having that issue for man, he's having that issue so much already.
Yeah, he has
Oh man,
8
that's
pro fights,
frustrating.
so he couple more. Hopefully, get him on a contender series or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, but yeah,
One
just the
more
way it is.
big one for next year, and then he could probably be on contender series.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hopeful, that'd
plenty
be
of
cool.
fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild dude. What a weekend.
Well, do you want to break down this fight night that we're having this weekend?
Oh, dude, let's
It's
let's step into it. Let's
it's
look
a
into it.
banger of a fight night, dude.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
I didn't even realize that until you pointed it out. But yeah, there's some sick fights on there, bro.
Mhm.
That whole main card looks dope, and I know there's a few on the prelims too that look like they might be good. My boy Natan's fighting on this card this weekend.
Natan's still
Gennaro
training you guys?
Valdez. No, he's over. He's kind of doing his own thing. He's kind of bouncing
Oh,
around a little bit.
okay, I thought that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why or
Nice
what
guy.
happened with any of that, but
Dude, but
yeah, look,
they have all these like Michael Johnson's on the card, Clay Guida's on the card.
yeah, sick.
I mean, Eric Anders, Nico Price, these are all guys I always every time they're on a card I love to watch because they put on great fights.
Yeah, 100%.
Tai Tuivasa. What? I
Shui.
didn't know Ty was fighting this week. And he's and then RDA, Brian Barberena, Wonder
That's a
Boy, and
banger of
Kevin
a fight,
Holland main
dude.
event.
Yep. Oh, Matt Schnell's on here against
Matt Schnell.
Mateus Nicola. Wow, that's a good fight, dude. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
Jacker
this
Manson.
card is a banger.
Yeah, this is a sick
Tracy
card.
Cortez, Amanda Ribas. I know Vince usually talks shit about the girls fighting, but dude, this is a banger.
That's
This is a
not me,
banger.
dog. I'm so sure. Real nice, dude.
Dude, he's
Real
a
nice.
woman hater. This guy. But
Oh my god. Oh, unbelievable! I can't believe
Yeah,
you're the one throwing me under the bus like
yeah.
this.
Dude,
Interesting.
someone from coming from someone who has a daughter, I would never personally.
Yeah, I was waiting for when you're gonna be using that. You lying sack of shit. Oh, anyways, dude. What's your two like fights to watch? Three
Ooh.
fights to watch on this one. What do you think?
Well, I mean, we gotta go main event. I mean,
Yeah, of course,
Wonderboy
of course.
Thompson, Kevin Holland. That I mean, that's a big one. Wonderboy coming off of quite a few losses in a row now. Just two
Yeah,
losses, but to great guys, I guess. Gilbert Burns, Bilal Muhammad.
yeah,
But I mean, he's two out of his last six, though. You know,
yeah.
and Kevin Holland retired after that last fight, but he's back, short retirement. So,
Yeah, that
that
makes
I
sense.
mean, definitely that one.
Yeah, that's a great fight.
Because it seems like Wonder Boy's kind of like I don't know. Is he like he's kind of getting old? He's kind of getting a little old.
He's getting older, dude.
But I love watching him fight. The angles he creates,
Yeah,
and the way he pops up his kicks. But I don't know.
he's a beast.
I like that one. You go to the
Mhm.
next one.
Bro, the co-main. I can't see how that fight's not fireworks, dude. Brian Barberena and Dos Anjos,
Especially after both their
bro.
last fights.
Oh, what a sick fight that is,
Barberena versus Robbie Lawler. That fight was insane, bro.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a
Oh,
fun one.
yeah. And then it's got to be Shui versus Pavlovich. Pavlovich. Who did he just beat? That Pavlovich. He beat Derek Lewis. Okay, I guess that. Oh,
First round within a minute.
yeah, yeah. That's
It's like,
wild.
come on, Ty.
Come on,
Eric Anders.
Ty.
I always love watching Eric fight.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
one of the homies. I see him. He's under Iridium too, so I see him. I swear, at like every event, he's super cool to talk to. I was like that guy.
yeah.
Nico Price, Philip Rowe.
That's a sick fight, dude.
That's
That
a
Phil
sick
Rose
fight, bro.
slick.
Yeah, yeah. And Nico's a dog.
Oh
Awkward.
yeah.
Everything he
Oh
does is
my
awkward.
god.
I mean, Clay
Oh.
Guida. I mean,
Uh-huh.
he just have a crazy performance? I swear he did like had a really good fight recently. No,
Who did he fight?
no,
No, you got Nibar
no.
from Claudio was his last one.
Hmm.
Before that, he beat Leonardo Santos submission.
It might have been that fight. He just
Yeah,
surprises me. You know,
yeah.
he's just such a dog. And you know, I will say I do get kind of annoyed when people compare me to Clay. And I think it was literally just because of my hair flapping around.
I
But
think
like
that's exactly what it was.
I'm sorry, like Clay's a he's one of the
Uh huh.
greats. He's been
He's the
around
man.
forever,
He's the
but
man. Uh huh.
I wouldn't say my skills and my style really have resemblance to Clay. Besides just being like an aggressive grappler, someone who's going to be in a lot
Right.
of takedowns and stuff. But
Uh
I mean, it's kind of a slap in the face.
huh.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it would be a slap.
No, I
Clay
get
Guida's
it.
great. He's great.
Uh huh.
I don't know. I
Uh
don't know
huh.
why. I
You're
feel
just
kind of
better.
like no. I don't feel. I don't think that. It's just like it's not
Right.
really.
Right. Right.
I don't see. Maybe
Uh,
I'm just. Maybe I just think I'm cooler than I am. I don't know, man.
no,
But
your stuff's a little more refined, dude. How about that? Does that work better?
he's more old school. I'm more new school. It's kind of like how I feel. You
Okay.
know, like I
Okay.
do think
Fair enough.
I do. I'm just digging myself
Mhm.
in the hole. Yeah, banger of a card.
Sick fight card.
Watch him this weekend. I'll be
Mhm.
watching him at Tank's first tournament. Frank the Tank has his first wrestling tournament Saturday. First duel Thursday. He's such a beast, bro. I'm so excited. He's been putting in so much
What
work, bro.
what grade's he in?
High school.
He is
He's
it
a
high school
freshman.
now?
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
bro, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Let's go,
Yeah,
Tank.
dude.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Tank.
I'm
Oh
so
my
excited for him
god.
because, dude,
Uh-huh.
struggled as a sixth grader because they had him wrestle
Yep.
varsity as a little pudgy sixth grader,
Uh-huh.
and
Mm,
then so he had some tough matches. And seventh grade started winning a little bit. Eighth grade had a glow up, lost all this
yeah.
weight, went undefeated, beat everybody, And then,
Right.
but it's nice because you know how it goes. You go middle school,
Yeah.
you're like bottom, then you hit the top of the podium again, and then you kind of
Uh,
start back over once you get into high school.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Now he's a 14-year-old gonna have to wrestle seniors, 18-year-olds. So
Uh-huh.
I'm excited for him, but he's been putting in the work, bro. He lifts a few days a week. He's been doing club consistently since the last season, and then
Uh,
he's a hard worker. So I'm excited.
let's go, dude.
You tuning in this weekend too though? Were you gonna be watching card? Is it an early card? Are you
Oh
doing
yeah.
the coffee and violence? No, it's a later card.
Oh no, it's a
It's a
later
later
one.
card.
I wish. I love starting my day with coffee and fights on a Saturday. It just feels good.
Oh, it's not an Apex card. I was gonna say, is this
No,
too
no,
big
this
to
is
be an
Orlando.
Apex?
I think.
Oh, it's a fight. So they're doing fight nights.
Yeah. Yeah.
everywhere now and in arenas now.
I
It's
do,
just
dude. I fucking really hope they do some fight nights more with a crowd, dude. Like
mhm,
Apex, it's cool. You do your thing, like whatever. But like, man, nothing beats the roar of a crowd while you're out there. And like, for I think somebody like me, I really feed on that, and I just can't wait to get back in front of a crowd.
mhm. I
So
mean,
excited.
we make it to the highest level for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
fought in front of. I mean, you had a great Front Street Fights has a great little was what is it again? I know we've talked about it. What's the arena called? The
Excuse me, CenturyLink.
CenturyLink. So that's a cool one. But I
Yep.
mean, I'm sure you fought in small venues before and stuff. So we've done
Yeah,
the
I
small
have. Yeah.
venues plenty of times. Like, let's get the arena. Let's get the fans going
Bro,
crazy. You know, like that's always that's like the most. One of the best parts.
100%. So
Uh,
I need to be in front of a crowd again, dude. I'm gonna
mhm.
freak out.
What you got for MMA news? You got anything? You got anything
Um,
juicy?
bro, the most juicy thing I think we had barely touched. Somebody dropped it in the comments too. Patty accepting Jake Paul's little $1 million sparring session offer.
Yeah, because Patty was saying that those fights are rigged, and Jake Paul's like, "Oh,
Right.
if they're rigged, let's spar then. I'll fly
Mhm.
you out to Costa Rica, private jet, and I'll pay you $1 million if you can beat me in sparring, three
Huh.
minute rounds." And Patty responded and said, "Yeah, I'll do it." He's like, I have a fight though, so I'm not. I got to fight." I think he said. I heard an interview. He said, "I'll fight Saturday. He'll rest Sunday. He'll go. He'll spar him on Monday." But he said, "I'm
Huh.
not flying to Costa Rica. You can come out to the PI or something like that."
Sick. Oh, I'm gonna be there. I'm in the
Yeah,
corner
but
recording.
I don't know. I might take the PJ.
Well, I mean, if so you're gonna get flying out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I get that
Yeah.
too.
I mean, I've been to the PI though, you know what I'm saying? I get it. But
Uh,
unless
uh,
you're going to their turf, I get, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
how many people can I bring with me on the PJ?
Yeah. Sick. Yeah, that's interesting though. No,
I'll
how do you
tweet him
think
right
that'd
now.
go?
I'll spar you for a mill. Let's do it. Whoop my ass. If you can.
Damn, is that a challenge? You guys are about the same weight
Yeah.
right now, aren't you?
Come on, bro. I'm in shape. Don't make me take off these. I have 7 sweatshirts on right now.
Is it
It's
is it
cold.
cold over there?
Yeah, it's cold in the Pacific Northwest. You know.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's funny, bro.
Um,
What else do we have MMA news wise?
Nathan Diaz.
Oh,
So after his contract expired, I think they had a few months where they could negotiate and try to re-sign him, and they had him
yes.
for like a certain period, and they didn't like reach Nate's terms. So I think he's officially a free agent.
Wow.
Where do you think
Interesting.
we see him go?
I imagine for how long he's been in it and what he's been doing lately, I imagine he's only looking at money fights. If he can make them wherever he can make the most money, which seems like it might be PFL. These $1 million tournaments that they put on. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know. That's kind of my initial thought. What do you think?
I well, just because I watched the Anderson Silva Jake Paul fight, and there was so much like back and forth between the two of them, and then Nate causing a
Oh
ruckus
yeah, I forgot.
and
I didn't even
Jake
think about
saying
that.
his name after. So I think that's where the most money is going to be. So I think that's where he's going to be.
Yeah. Oh shit. I can see that too. Interesting. Make that money, dog. You deserve it.
Yes,
Get it.
yes, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. 100%.
I'm not trying to. These brains aren't going to mashed potatoes for no reason. I better at least be getting paid.
I don't get hit enough for it to go mashed potatoes. So
Yeah. Must be nice.
it must be nice. Just kidding. Just kidding, dude. Any other current events? MMA things going on?
Nothing that really. I mean, nothing that really stood out to
Any
me.
no.
Yeah.
Fan questions? We get any good ones in that little alive thing, dude? They were flying by so quick. All I could see was
Um.
Aljo talking shit about you being a weight bully.
Yeah. Well, he said you guys. He said you two are weight
But
bullies.
look at
So
me.
look
Look
at
at
you.
me.
Just look at you. Oh man, I want some whiskey.
You want some?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not here. Yeah, I'll save you some.
Yeah.
I'll buy a new bottle
Uh,
for when you get here. Never mind.
uh,
Go on.
yeah, Aljo was actually he was in there trolling a little bit, but he was actually asking some good questions, the funny ones at least. One of them was who can eat the most and who can lose the most amount of weight, like cut the most amount of weight.
I
Um,
feel you probably eat more.
you think so?
Yeah. Bro, I
Dude,
feel like
when we go to all you can eat sushi and when we go to KBB, I'm watching you eat, and you're just a little more like methodical about it. Like you kind
mhm,
of stay away from the carbs. Like you don't touch your rice,
mhm,
but
mhm.
I can't like believe how much like protein you can eat, like the fish
Yeah, that's
and the
true.
steak and everything you're eating. I'm like, okay, he puts it down. You do eat slower than me. I'm like I
I'm a
had to,
little
like
slower. Yeah.
I gotta like breathe. I'm like fuck it. Like, because
You eat
I
like
think like
Patrick on SpongeBob, dude.
no, 'cause growing up, it was like all the boys in the
Mhm.
house, like if you didn't eat your food fast enough, like someone's gonna reach over on your plate, grab your food, or like if you want seconds, like it's whoever's first done gets to eat, and there's not gonna be any left after the first go.
That's why
So
I
it's
always
like
got
it's a
so
race,
nervous
boy. It's
when
a race.
that's why I always got so nervous when you boys came over. I'm like, "Oh my god."
We're hungry.
I guess. I'm like, "You don't feed these guys?" I'm just just kidding. That's funny. That's hilarious. Who? How much weight do you cut? Thursday morning. What do you wake up at?
Like 139 pounds. So I mean,
Thursday morning.
yeah, like I cut like 3 or 4 pound max. I basically walk around on weight. So
All right, so I cut more. I'm
And I
way
don't know
bigger
why
than this.
Aljo was talking shit about being weight bully. I was peeking. We were both at the PI, and I got a shower, and there's a scale like in the locker room, and so we're like
Yep.
both right there waiting to weigh in. He's right in front of me, so I'm like, doing one of these.
Yeah,
What do you weigh, Aljo? I swear it was like 172, 172 or something like that. So I
at
was like,
least,
oh,
bro.
yeah, you big
Yeah,
too?
100% he, dude. I like how
Yeah,
you're all sly about it. I'm like right behind him. I'm like, what are you at, dude? Like, like bothering him. Like, what the
yeah,
hell?
yeah.
You're a welterweight right now. Get out of here.
Hmm. No,
He's a monster.
yeah, he's
That's a
big.
good question. This dude, bro, this last cut was like smooth. Like, fuck, there were at no point did like the sweat stop. I think I was only in the sauna maybe a total. I think I was under 4 hours for my like 10 pounds that I cut. It was smooth. It felt great. Like
That seems to be the number you're usually at too, like right around there. And
that's where I like to be. I feel
I
like
swear
that's
sometimes
not
you stop
like
like you don't sweat like I'm nasty. The sweat falls right off me. Like
yeah, you're crazy.
the first 8 pounds I usually lose like in an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's wild to me. No, mine's fairly consistent. Like I'm about 3 pounds an hour roughly until I slow the last couple I slowed down to like a pound and a half. Yeah.
You know what it is? I think I just like there's just like so much muscle on my body. Like it's just kind of ridiculous. Like it's like, and if you think about it, like there's so much water inside your muscle. Like that's mostly what
Uh,
muscle is
uh,
water. So it's like
mhm.
so that's why I just kind of flush it. Look, I
We get it, dude. You're the strongest bandweight in the division. Whatever.
I'm not a rocket surgeon, but I know some things.
Yeah, rocket surgeon. I can't even process half this cover. I don't know if I have enough whiskey in here, dude.
This is
What
my
else?
12th cup of coffee in the last hour. So.
What is wrong with you? What else did we have? Question wise.
um, I mean, it's just always that like when we jump on there for like 10 minutes before, it's like a lot of the same questions. Like, oh, who do you want to fight
Yeah.
next? Like, when's the next
When?
fight?
Oh, yeah.
Stuff
When
like
is it?
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You saw it
Mm-hmm.
just came and tested me again. The last time they tested me was a month ago. The next
Mm-hmm.
day, I got the offer against Marab. Said yes. Been
Shit.
silent on the other end. So I don't
Mm,
know. They just came again the other night, tested me. So I wonder if I'm gonna get a new offer. But literally,
interesting.
I don't
I
care.
saw I
Like,
saw Marab at the gym today actually when I left early because I wasn't gonna be there. I'll have to ask him next time.
yeah, yeah. At least ask him if he got the offer. I would like to
I'm
know
gonna.
because you know what I'm saying. Because
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to be like. I'm not saying
A
that this is
bully.
going on. No, I'm not saying this is going on. But like sometimes you'll get an offer thinking the other guy got the offer too, and then
And apparently that's
they
not the
never got
case.
the official offer.
Hmm.
So I could be talking shit and saying like, oh, you didn't accept the offer, but I would like to make sure that that's the case, guy. Tell me, Rob.
You're so dumb, bro. I was thinking, maybe we should hop on Twitch and do some streaming while we're playing Warzone.
Dude, I'm down.
You
I'm
down?
down.
'Cause
I yeah. I maybe you'd have to help me like figure out how I could like go live at this. I don't know if we would just both go live individually. I guess that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Hmm.
just put both post our links. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Might
Yeah.
be sick though. It might be fun. I did that for. It was a couple days after the fight. I was like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna drink this. whole bottle of whiskey and game. And bro, it's kind of fun. The proximity chat in the new game's like it's kind of
dude,
hilarious, dude. I'm like baiting people to come out of buildings and run right into things. It's fucking hilarious.
dude, dude. Yeah, the new Call of Duty is pretty. The Warzone's sick. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like a very like techie PUBG. It reminds me more. It plays kind of like it kind of reminds me of PUBG a little bit, and
Hmm.
that's like one of
Hmm.
my favorite games right now. It has been for the
Yeah.
last few years. Um,
Mhm.
but I was like thinking because I haven't played any video games since Jade went to labor, so almost a week now, and
Yeah.
I was thinking I was like when can I like start sneaking down there and playing some video games, like
It's like,
without her getting all like like pissed off. Because
yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to be I'm trying to be very as helpful as I can, but
There's
how
got to
many
be
games?
some work
How
things
many
you could do, dude. Maybe you
games?
can say you're coming downstairs to help me
Yeah,
with the app, dude.
yeah,
I was telling
yeah.
you about it before we got on here.
Hopefully she
Got
doesn't
an app
watch this
coming
'cause
out.
I'm gonna start lying
Oh
to her.
shit.
But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Uh, yeah. So I got this app that I've been working on for. Well, I've been having some people work on and kind of working together with them and getting this thing done. Let's see if I can pull up the main screen again so we can see it. It's called React Workouts. It's essentially a workout app. Um, at its core, basically, here's the background. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah,
Kind of
look at
flipped
it.
around there, but yeah.
Yeah. What I got? I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's essentially it's got a lot of functions that we can do, but at its core, it's a round timer, and you can set it for like randomly within the round. It'll give you some sort of action to do. Like if say you want to work on your sprawls, you're doing a shadow boxing round or a bag round, and randomly throughout the round, you can set the intensity too. So it can be like a whole bunch of times or like one time here and there. Randomly throughout the round, it'll yell out sprawl, and you hit a sprawl, you come back up, get back to work, yada yada.
Hmm.
Um, it's kind of in its beta phase right now, so I'm still working on some stuff. But this hopefully should be out early next year, dude. I'm super stoked about it.
I can't wait to try it out, dude. That's
Hmm.
like reminds me of wrestling. Like beginning of wrestling, we like do some like shadow wrestling, and then like
Yep.
the coach will call out down blocks. And
Hmm.
it'll be like slow, kind of like you said. You can set the intensity. The first round's
Yeah.
like a little slow, and then they starts picking it up towards like the second and
Uh
third
huh.
round. So you're sprawling, down block, and shooting, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah. It's gonna be sick, dude. So I'm super pumped about that. I literally just got the beta version of it yesterday, so I've been playing with it, trying to break it, trying to figure out what I can improve some things on, and it's gonna be sick.
And
Be
where will
checking every kick.
this be like available for people to use?
On Google Play Store and app is it Apple Store? I don't know what
Oh yeah,
Apple
oh,
uses for
yeah.
thing.
He's
I'm
not an
a
Apple guy. He's
Samsung
not
guy. Yeah, don't judge me. I like the green bubbles, dude. I'm a green bubble
Yeah.
guy.
All right, dude. And did you say when is it? You said that's the beta version right now, so you
Yeah.
still got
So
a little bit of time. But when are you expecting to drop
I'm
this?
hoping like first quarter 2023. So I'm gonna get some merch to go out kind of with the launch of it and everything. Yeah, it's gonna be super sick. I can't wait. I'm gonna keep playing with all these kinds of ideas with it, and I think I can really help people like those solo workouts when you're on travel and stuff like that. Like those ones are kind of
Hmm.
always hard to get like this little bit. This one I think is gonna give a little bit of edge. So
Hmm.
React workouts coming at you soon.
Is it going to be you like saying like calling it out? Like is it going to be your
Dude,
voice
I
or a
think
video of
for
you or what is it going
the
to be?
for the first one, so it's how it pops up. There's gonna be a little like a stick figure thing that kind of pops up doing the action, and for now it's gonna be my voice. So it'll be kind of cool.
All right,
And then
hell yeah!
I'm gonna do like a Big Wood special, like a
Whoa,
John Wood
whoa,
voice
whoa!
package. Oh, Big Wood is
Big
John
Wood
Wood's
John package.
nickname. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know
Yeah,
how to
I have to
unpackage
edit
this
that
right now.
out.
Yeah. What's up, Coach Wood? Hey, you the man.
Oh, dude. I told him how you were talking shit last time, just so you know.
I liked all the stuff he
He's
was calling out in the fights. I could hear him. That's one
he's
good
not
thing I
happy
like
with you.
about Apex.
Yeah,
With me?
okay, yeah, sure enough. Yeah,
With me?
he said he's cornering Marab because you were talking shit last time.
Was I?
I'm just kidding.
I can't deny it. I talk too much shit. So I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
next time we do the pod, I'm gonna be wearing my Big Wood shirt.
there you go.
Plan on it.
I like it.
Shoot. You got
Hell
anything
yeah.
else, bro?
I think that's it for me, dude. It's good to be back though. It was a couple weeks off and not talking to you.
Oh,
Missed you.
it's good to see your face, bro. It's
Oh,
good to see you.
stop it. Yeah, face looks good too. Except for this.
Uh,
Hey, well, I mean, as far as damage wise, like
Oh,
I'm
okay,
not
yeah.
like,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, come on, son.
Just can't be throwing like looks good all around like that. You know.
No, whatever,
But I
dude.
mean, it's objective, I guess.
You got a daughter. You better get used to giving compliments. She could be all mad at you all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll get there. I got some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, best of luck. I hope you enjoy your sleep tonight.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Yeah, guys, we'll see you next week. See you next week. It was a good chat.